the Brazil World Cup 2014. And the Argentine Gustavo Alvaro, just over 2 years in charge and leading Ecuador to their 4th World Cup finals. Away we go then. The Dutch in their traditional orange will attack the goal away to our right-hand side. The Netherlands and Ecuador putting their long unbeaten records on the line today. The Dutch are unbeaten under Van Gaal since he returned for a 3rd spell in charge in August last year. Ecuador not lost in 8, that's their best undefeated record in nearly a decade, and 7 consecutive clean sheets. An ongoing national record. It's 11 hours and 36 minutes at kickoff since the opposition scored against them. That was Argentina in a World Cup qualifier in Guayaquil in March. So the stats suggest this isn't going to be a walk in the park at all for the Netherlands. No, I don't think anybody really believed it would be. Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another World Cup extravaganza. I suppose you know you're at this level when the Dutch are in town, don't you? Splendid orange kit. Not quite as deep as it used to be. Still stand out. So we can get a standout performance from them. The Netherlands very much playing with a 3 centre-back system. The nation that was long wedded to 4-3-3, occasionally 3-4-3. But Van Dijk, the longer he's been a coach, the more he's come to rather like this style. The man on the ball wasn't happy about it when it first came in, Van Dijk. He's given that away cheaply. Yes, he voiced his concern also twice over the last year or so. He's been quickly reminded that the boss is Louis van Gaal, and he will play where he asked him to, as will everybody else. 2 legendary Dutch players alongside him. Yes, Danny Blind and Edgar Davids, the assistants to Van Gaal. Of course, Danny's son, Daly, in the starting 11. Well, the outstanding defensive record of Ecuador, of course, will be tested. This is the acid test for them, isn't it? And of course, Louis van Gaal's unbeaten record in this, another stint for him as national boss. The Dutch players in particular are judged by what they do at the World Cup and indeed the Euros. 3 times losing finalists. Yes, amazing when you consider the players they've had over the decades that the Netherlands have never won the World Cup. The nearly men. Well, testament to the fantastic work they do with all their clubs in the Netherlands, of course. That's such a small nation is able to produce so many good players. Well, Ecuador have got a problem here with Preciado. Just went down under his own volition there. Which is always a very bad sign. If there was an early collision, and they missed as the ball was transferred out of that area of the field. Interesting call from that man to change from a normal back 4, but it's clearly with the opposition in mind.
Absolutely, you know, he's gone for that little bit more protection. Of course, in the back line, go with the back 3, Gustavo Alfaro, and hoping that they can contain the Dutch. You don't really have those legs that get forward too much beyond the front. David Klesner, of course, is the obvious exception. He's a guy who loves to run without the football and test opposing midfield players, see how diligent they are to follow him.
Preciado playing as the right wing back, plays his club football in Belgium with Genk. Well, in his 3 spells as coach of the Netherlands, Van Gaal has only lost 4 times. Remarkable record.
He has 1 or 2 detractors in Dutch football, and of course outside of their borders, but I think universally he's largely a very well-liked figure. His straight talking and his innovative approach over the years, especially his first, when he first came to prominence with Ajax in the early 90s. Some fantastic young players. No surprise, there are quite a number of young Dutch players in this squad.
Well, this young, talented Ecuador squad showing signs that they don't want to be patient. A lot of people thinking they won't fully mature until 4 years in the next World Cup, but they're under pressure here. Whoa, what a finish! And again, Cody Gakpo. And his stock is rising quickly. And that wonderful record of over 11 and a half hours without conceding a goal has gone early here at the Khalifa International. Ecuador a goal down. And a tremendous strike from Gakpo.
Well, that was an absolute rocket. Lovely ball from Daly Berlin to the middle. Stephen Bergwijn not able to control it. There's David Klaassen getting far forward in the pitch as we would expect him to, but the touch and the finish from Cody Gakpo, absolutely stunning. A couple of touches to set himself. Oh, that is past Galindez before he can really shuffle it. In fact, he doesn't take any steps. He's beaten. What a rocket.
PSV Eindhoven's Cody Gakpo. His 5th goal in 11 caps now, and his 2nd here in the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
Yeah, the variety of the goals that this young boy scores is something to behold. A death header against the Senegalese on the opening day of their World Cup campaign after a delicious ball from Frenkie de Jong. This time, an absolute bullet from his left foot.
Well, this is a test for this young Ecuador team. The Ecuadorians produced some eye-catching results in qualifying, beating Colombia 6-1, but 4 past Uruguay. So they've got quality at the top end of the pitch. Here's Caicedo.
They've also got tenacity and legs in the middle of the park, and Caicedo typifies that alongside Mendes.
This is Pervis Estupinian. No take, isn't it? Wasn't a bad cross at all.
And in the 2 wing-backs, Estupinian and Angelo Preciado. 2 pretty impressive crosses of the football.
Capie can get forward as well and deliver well with the left foot.
So starting with the back 3, Ecuador with the 2 wing-backs and 2 holding players in the middle of the park. We said a little bit more caution this time round. They're playing the far superior opponent than they faced on the opening day of the campaign.
Bit of room here for Ecuador. Shape up Poroso.
There's nothing like a step back to really galvanise your mind and to focus everybody's concentration even more sharply. The Ecuadorians have now been stung. Let's see what kind of response they can pose to threaten the Dutch.
We've witnessed the quickest goal at this World Cup via Cody Gakpo, 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Absolutely no chance for Galindez in the Ecuador goal. Of course, that was the first attempt that Ecuador had suffered on their goal. Qatar didn't manage one in that opening match of the tournament.
gets his beaten, not only with the ferocity of the shot, but also the timing of it. And Gakpo didn't actually shift the ball too far to the left. To opposing players were looking to close him down. He took it pretty early. It was straight strike. There wasn't much angle on it.
First opportunity really for the South American side to get defenders in and around that Dutch penalty area. Worked a good crossing position here for Preciado. Estupinian's good header back. And Valencia was lurking. Brilliantly kept in by Gakpo.
Don't expect Ecuador to pick too many direct free kicks like that in that kind of position on the field. But a little bit stronger in terms of heading the ball away. Van Dijk, of course, okay, despite his somewhat diminutive stature for a centre-back, is a good head of the football, has a great spring.
If the Netherlands win, they will qualify for the round of 16. The Senegal's 3-1 victory over hosts Qatar earlier today. 3-1 the score. Boulaye Dia, Famara Diédhiou and Amadou Dieng in the score sheet for the African qualifiers. Mohamed Muntari got the maiden goal for the hosts at the World Cup finals. Another free kick here, goes against Bergwijn.
Yeah, one of the tests for a side that's been impressive in qualification for the World Cup, and not conceded a goal for so many hours as Ecuador. Is that when you do go behind, just how patient are you in order to continue to build your play and not panic into trying to do something desperate so early on in the game.
Worth underlining again that this isn't the system that Ecuador play. They did a lot of their matches in qualifying, and it was almost exclusively a back four. The coach has focused in on tonight's opposition and feels this is the best way to go.
He must have worked on it, no doubt. The players have, I imagine, have time to get tuned to this way of playing. Perhaps in the last 10 or so days, as you said, not in qualifying. I'd be amazed if he just sprung it on the players since he won the opening game against Qatar.
It's a trip on Dumfries. Well, what a wonderful goal from Gakpo. We can look at the connected ball data here in real time, the speed and spin rate.
It's travelling. There are not too many rotations of the football, are there? I mean, that's always a sign of a pretty pure strike when the ball almost seems to move flatly through the air, if you like.
This is Cope Miners. Valencia. Valencia is going to be eased out of the picture there. Comfortable defending for Timber.
Ran into a cul-de-sac, then he didn't really have many options inside and decided not to jump back inside and look for support.
Frankie de Jong. This is Ake. Become quite a favourite of Van Gaal. Nathan Ake, he likes that balance with his left foot on the left side of that back three. Look out for one or two runs as well. He also gives Ake a little bit of freedom when the time is right to push up and make up an extra player in midfield. He's quite adept at doing that.
I think he'll be under orders as he has a veteran on his outside in Daily Blind to be able to cover as effectively as Van Gaal would like if Ake goes walkabout, as we say, and then gets dispossessed or is bypassed in terms of passing. So he's got to play a pretty disciplined role because down the right side of Van Dijk, Don Vries, who loves to do that, but I think he's a lot quicker than anyone else in the Dutch team to recover, however.
De Jong. Bergwijn.
Steady pace, isn't it, since the only goal of the game so far? So this is very much in Dutch fashion. Take the lead, but quite happy to slow the pace down and try and draw the opposition onto them, hit them on the counter-attack.
Incidentally, the Netherlands can equal a World Cup record of winning 8 successive group matches tonight. Record currently held by Belgium, who beat Canada on Wednesday, and by Brazil, who won 8 consecutive group games on 2 occasions, 86 to 94 and 2002 to 2010. Dutch won all their group games in the 2010 and 2014 editions before, of course, defeating Senegal in their first Group A match here in Qatar. Here's Klaassen. Don Vries. Splash of orange and yellow all around the Khalifa tonight.
There's that deeper orange shirt I was talking about.
And they're always very colourful, aren't they, the Dutch fans?
They love to win, but they also expect a style. They want some panache about their football. The system and their style of play very rarely changes or has changed little over the decades.
Netherlands unbeaten 16-match run stretches us back to June last year. Looked like he was going to run that ball out there, Gakpo, but he ended up winning the throw. Plays as a winger for his club, Cody Gakpo, at PSV Eindhoven, but showing that he's got the ability to be versatile and play pretty much as a 9 here.
I'm pleased with Ecuador's response, however. I was hoping that they wouldn't all of a sudden change their game plan and look to be the aggressors in midfield and start to push up high that defensive line and try and feed the ball slowly, if they can, playing their way back into the game. Showing any signs of anxiousness.
Pervis Estupiñán winning the free kick. He had more minutes in qualifying than any other Ecuador player, the left back or left wing back as he is this evening. Here's Preciado. It's Barroso on that far side. Preciado's advanced a little higher. This is Torres. And Cabier. Here's Estupiñán. taken off Ecuador rather too easily there for comfort. Dumfries stays down. Typical forceful run from him though.
Yeah, seriously. Eating the sandwich. I don't think he was fouled. Try to just thumped the ball straight into him. It'd be painful.
Disappointment again for Memphis Depay. Second successive group game on the substitutes bench. He's had some injuries of late and not getting much game time at Barcelona.
Yeah, I think Louis van Gaal was always going to be loath to change a winning team or that winning performance. I also think as well he's somebody who rewards people who perform for him, and they did. It was an impressive performance, especially in the second half. Just for the Dutch, of course, because they have stiffer opposition, so they are closer to knowing where they are in terms of levels. I think one-sided victory for Ecuador over the host Qatar. While it looks impressive, of course, the Dutch are just that's quite a lot actually. A superior outfit. They'll have to find a way to be even better than they were in the opening day.
In contest, you can see in the possession is when neither side have control of the ball. Generally surrounds defensive events. You see the figures lower when you have matches between two sides who have a love affair with the ball and like to be a possession-based team. As a consequence, his percentage possession of in contest will be a lot higher between two teams who might often want to go long and not try and play through the thirds. You know how the Netherlands play. Their style has barely changed, has it, down the decades. It's a loose one from Torres.
Yeah, the angle at which he was set up to play the pass and with it to find his teammate weren't compatible with each other. A little bit wasteful with his balls out from the back, attempted clearances.
This is Bergwijn. Runners all around him. Both sides claiming a throw. It's gone the way of Ecuador. That's taken on in impressive fashion. Players gathering for Ecuador in the penalty area. Doesn't reach Valencia. Half-hearted appeal for a handball. Certainly don't think it was. The referee was in close attention. Well, that's beautifully worked by Ecuador. They're in behind Dumfries here. But staying calm was Van Dijk.
That was a good chance, overrun by Moses Caicedo. That's a heavy touch. Allows De Jong to come in. He wasn't fully committed to the challenge, stayed on his feet. Caicedo really should have got the crosser. 6-yard box, looking for a teammate.
That's brought the noise from the Ecuador fans. Estupinian with the throw. They work it easily into space. Estrada, Estupinian. Excellent cross. Well, that was a peach of a delivery. Mendes to Torres. Ecuador confidence growing.
couldn't have wanted for a better cross. Michael Estrada's really got to be challenging Virgil van Dijk, who held his ground. Again, it was a comfortable header away. It's warming up the Ecuadorians. I mean, there was some of their parts on it. There's no individual brilliance. You know, you can't look at their squad and say they are two truly outstanding players. Solid outfit.
Lacking flair somewhat, but
Certainly coordinated well enough to bring quality, and they're just starting to show it.
Estrada feeling a challenge here from Timber.
There wasn't a lot of contact. There's a link up between Estupinian. This is a great touch. Just to send it a little wide in the angle. Make it difficult for Ake. Van Dijk shouldn't be able to head that so cleanly. I mean, he's almost stooping to head that, isn't it? That's there for Estrada if he wants it.
Forward by Caicedo, it's got too much purchase on it. Well, they were delighted with the fourth place in CONMEBOL qualifying. They were 8th in South America before this man came in for the finals in Russia 2018. There's been significant improvement under Alfaro. They're beginning to examine the right side of the Dutch defence in the last few minutes. They do so again.
And this is Enner Valencia. Oh, lovely flick from Estrada. This is Preciado, corner. Well, that was very easy on the eye from Ecuador.
Swifter movement and greater tempo all round, with and without the ball. Just about shifting the dynamic in this football match.
Ecuador with the opening corner of the match.
he's been given a talking to. No holding, please. Imagine the words.
Torres. Mendes. Stupinian well forward again.
A couple of nudges there. Stupinian got away with the first, but Estrada didn't with the second.
Cody Gakpo, only the second player to score in his first two World Cup appearances for the Netherlands after Memphis Depay back in 2014.
That's good play from Dion.
Almost got through to Gakpo. All a bit untidy. Who's going to emerge with possession? It's the Netherlands. Klaassen. De Jong. Blind. Safety first from Nkapie. Netherlands have their opening corner. Netherlands' first shot on target in this World Cup.
came in the 84th minute against Senegal. They went about their business early in this one. The tournament's quickest goal so far. Now they look to double their lead. Nice flight on that. Ake couldn't get there. This is Enner Valencia. The Netherlands are well aware that Ecuador got pace in all areas. Cover was firmly on there. De Jong.
He comes to ground pretty well, Frankie de Jong. Oh, I love his 1 and 2 touch play in the middle of the park. There we go, there's another example. Seems simple enough, the pass, doesn't it? But the weight and the precision under pressure with his back to the opposition. He's already had a look before he receives the football. It's very, very rare to find him dispossessed casually in the middle of the park.
It's a bit of a disagreement between Estrada and Timber. Referee quick to get in between that. Breaking the lines again here, the Netherlands. Stupinian making a good run. He's playing in the number 9 role at the moment. This is Valencia wide. It's Enner Valencia! Fine save from Noppert. I fancy that was creeping in.
That is a good save. Dries Noppert just moving to his left with that huge frame. Getting down pretty quickly, actually. Nice play from Valencia.
Top draw from the Heron-Veen keeper. Stupinian with the corner. That's enough to feed the belief here for Ecuador that they can go toe-to-toe with the Dutch. They've scored with their only attempt this half, the Netherlands. And the coach will be very pleased not only with Gakpo's goal, but the clinical nature of his team so far at this World Cup. They have found the net. The high percentage of those on target.
Yeah, the volume of chances is not the important thing, is it, at this level? The efficiency, of course, all by the count. We'd love to see his side creating 5 or 6 chances, half against everybody. In truth, that's not going to happen. Better opponents give you more problems in many ways defensively, but on the other hand, they also give you more opportunities as an offensive unit because they're more willing to expose themselves, knowing that they can create chances and accept that they will defend with quality and equal measure.
Lovely reception of the ball there by Bergwijn under pressure. This is Dumfries. The stealing behind was Gakpo. His figures at the moment, by the way, are quite remarkable. Cody Gakpo, he's now been directly involved in 34 goals in 28 appearances for club and country this season. 16 goals, 18 assists. No wonder that, with due respect to PSV Eindhoven, the best clubs around Europe are keeping very close tabs on him.
Yes, for quite a while now. We hear those stats. I'm sure they're pretty up to speed as to exactly what he's been doing.
PSV probably don't like that broadcast too much, to be honest.
No apologies if your allegiance lies with them.
Unless the fee is right, of course.
They've always been really a selling club, PSV. Produced so many bright young things, as we see all around the Netherlands. Here's Estupinian. Goalkeeper commits, and that's comfortable for Nopet.
Yes, even without Notberg coming out from 10 yards outside that 6-yard area, should be quite comfortable for Van Dijk and Nathan Ake.
Here's Valencia. Well, as I was mentioning a moment ago, it's enough to encourage Ecuador. Where principally do you think, do they need to keep doing what they're doing, or do you see an element of play that it might just make the Dutch more uncomfortable?
They've loaded this left side because Denzel Dumfries does like to get forward. There's always that gap that opens up much more quickly. A little bit more defensively minded on the far side with Daley Blind, but they don't really have or not have the quality of penetration. And it's hard to get past Denzel Dumfries to begin with. I mean, he's got to leave so much space and find himself or make it much more difficult for him to recover 15 or 20 yards. Instead, they don't have that real quality spark at the moment. Ecuador have not been able to find it. Remaining patient, that's the key. And accepting that they've had a good spell, they've not been able to get themselves back on level terms. Keep playing their football and don't panic. Individually so far, it's not been Valencia, of course, we know is a goal scorer. So he tested the goalkeeper. Losing that battle in the middle of the park, which is to be expected. They don't have the ball retention skills of Frankie de Jong in particular.
Caicedo and de Jong having a lengthy discussion about what we've just seen. Started every game in qualifying. Frankie de Jong's fixture in the Van Gaal midfield. So we made a lot of Ecuador's defensive record in that long run without the ball going in the back of their net. Now beyond 5 hours since the Dutch have last conceded.
That was a good tackle from Piero Capier. To get that, it was 2 against 1.
Coke Miners. This is Plata. Caicedo. Mendes. A little slow in possession there, Ecuador. It's a foul given against Hincapié. Piero Hincapié plays in Germany with Bayer Leverkusen. It's second season in the Bundesliga. Made quite an impact since he came into the international side. But he's centre back, only 20.
That's risky with Nathan Ake travelling so far forward and Van Dijk is the solo defender. He went wrong for the Dutch.
De Jong.
It's the undoing of Germany in the second half against Japan a few days ago.
Klaassen.
Relying largely on the quickest defender to repel most of the attacks. And then they got caught out. The Dutch could suffer a similar fate.
Estupinian. Torres. So the last 5 minutes then of the first half, plus of course any time to be added on.
40 minutes has actually flown by. One of the problems actually for Ecuador is that they're playing the wing-back system, so there's so much reliance on two guys out on the flanks, Stupinian and Preciado. We need to give them that width, and they are reluctant to actually stretch the play to make the pitch very wide. As soon as they lose the ball, then offensively they have to get back in and help out as the defensive unit. So the width on the counter is not a natural thing for the South American side right now. Valencia doesn't really like to drift out too often to this left. He likes to be a more central player.
Ena Valencia. Interested onlooker. What a play he was, Wesley Sneijder, a record caps holder for the Dutch, 134, played in the 2010, 14 and 2006 World Cups. Baker Davids, big part of the Sneijder era, of course, too. Here's Poroso. It's going to be knockouts.
Difficult ball. Get that one right. Hit the outside of the boot really, just to allow the spin to towards his teammate as opposed to André Schnapper in the Dutch goal.
Offside flag up against Valencia. But any team that can put 6 goals past Colombia in qualifying, 4 past Uruguay, home draws against Brazil and Argentina, there's no way that this man's team will be underestimated by Van Gaal and his players.
Yo.
Handball twice there.
Here's Preciado. Caicedo. Back here only works for the Dutch. Sweeping cross, which is claimed comfortably enough by Galindez. Heading towards a minimum of 3 additional minutes here at the Khalifa International Stadium in Doha. Mendes. And Valencia quite deep there.
Yeah, and narrow. Stupinian went forward, but exactly hugging the touchline.
Stupinian. Good referee. Platter hit the turf, but the referee not interested in a claim for a free kick.
The switch was on as well from left to right, but Preciado really wasn't interested in taking the football. It's an opportunity to stretch Daley Blind on that far side, just as the play's building up on the left. That game's got a lot of ground to cover.
It's one-on-one against Daily Blin.
So we are now into those 3 extra. Another forward run from Davis Estupinian.
There's a classic example of he's got a couple of yards on Denzel Dumfries, but he recovers well enough to get in that block. Estupinian is a very good crosser of the football.
It's an interesting personal duel, that, isn't it, down this near side? Because Estupinian is trying to get forward at every opportunity. And of course, we know how Dumfries likes to play as a wing-back. Similar.
Yeah. They are almost looking, it's not like looking in the mirror, isn't it? You go forward, I don't really want to defend, but I have to.
Absolutely.
And Dumfries also has that little bit of cover speed-wise with Fury and Timber. Actually, I don't think I've mentioned so far in the game, but he's quietly done a very good job against Valencia. He's come deep quite often to receive the ball, looking to create, not been allowed to. As Van Dijk does not like to leave that central position. Absolutely does not want to run in towards corner flags.
It's not the first time Estrada and Timber have had a little go at one another. Well, Ecuador have got all 10 outfield players within 25 metres or so of the Dutch goal. They're only leaving Mendes back somewhere near the centre circle. Estupinian surveys the scene. Torres is good in the air, and Capier as well. Excellent delivery. Well, not only was that a wonderful trajectory, but there was whip on it from Estupinian.
Yeah, not both thought about it, but this is one that the goalkeeper should not be entertaining. Yeah, comes towards the edge of 6-yard box, says, no, that's not for me. And he's curling away from me and dipping. Look at the height on that. Eventually gets there first, but into the back of the head of Nathan Ake.
And alongside me, a former striker, I could sense him flexing his neck muscles on that one. A good end to the half here for Ecuador. Very happy. It's the second corner in a row from that side. It was low. It's deflected in. Davis Estupinian wheels away to celebrate. And almost on the stroke of half-time, but the celebrations end quickly because the assistance flag is up. And of course, VAR will be about it swiftly.
Yeah, flashbacking with real venom, wasn't it? Estupinian just sticks a leg out.
Well, this can only be the player. Also in the line of the goalkeeper, and the check was a cursory one. It didn't take long. No goal for Estupinian and Ecuador.
So hard to get yourself out of the way. I mean, you're sensing an opportunity perhaps to steer the ball into the goal yourself. And almost the last thing you think about is the position of the goalkeeper.
Well, it was almost the last play of the half. But it's the Netherlands that go into the break leading. If he dreamed of a good start to his World Cup, no better than this for Gakpo. 2 goals from his 2 attempts so far. And the goal now officially timed at 5 minutes and 2 seconds. The quickest goal in the World Cup so far. The Ecuador protests continue here to our Algerian referee. But at the Khalifa International Stadium at the break, in Group A, Netherlands 1, Ecuador 0.
Come what may, with Apollo Tires, have a wonderful day.
We're at the Khalifa International Stadium today where the Orange are in action up against the lowest ranked South American team, but they have won a game before this and they're looking to take a step towards the round of 16. As are the Netherlands, they got the perfect start with Cody Gakpo getting on the score sheet in just the 6th minute to give us the fastest goal of this edition of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. And that Gakpo goal currently stands as the difference between the two sides as I welcome you back to Visa Match Centre Live in the company of Luis Figo and Wayne Rooney, who, by the way, did say, let's get some goals. And obviously, Gakpo heard him and he got us one in just 6 minutes. Wayne, fabulous start for them, of course. But what have you made of the first half apart from that goal?
Yeah, I think it was a great start. Obviously, for the Netherlands to go 1-0 up after such a short period of time. And then I think the reaction from Ecuador has been really good. I think they've forced the Netherlands back. They've got crossed into the box. And although they haven't had any clear-cut chances, really, they're putting the pressure on. So I think the coach can be pleased with the reaction to go 1-0 down, and I'm sure he'll be asking for more of the same in the second half.
This is how it happened, Luis. Just the build-up from Nathan Ake and then Cody Gakpo just scoring in consecutive World Cup games. The first guy to do it since Memphis Depay.
Well, I think it was a great start, a great beginning of the game from Holland. But apart from this, I think they, after this goal, the game changed. Maybe the plans of both teams changed too, because Holland was very comfortable with this result and forgot to attack. And I think Ecuador had a great reaction and the best moments since minute 20 to 30. They create some difficulties to Holland.
Yeah, well done to the 23-year-old Cody Gakpo. He's got more goal involvements than Erling Haaland in the top 5 divisions in Europe. As you can see over there, he's in good cracking form as well. But how did this goal come about? Let's just try and get a bit of tactical insight from Professor Pradyum Reddy, who's upstairs.
Thank you, Anand. When we actually just look a little bit closer at the goal and how it's difficult, because we know this Ecuadorian team is so difficult to break down. And obviously, Gakpo gets the credits for finishing off the move. But if you look at it as it goes to Nate Mackay over here, talk about like packing and how you can beat players and break lines. Look at this first line of 3 defenders over here. Takes them out effectively with his dribble. And then you've got the next line of midfield players over there. And his pass, he's not looking to play the easy pass out wide or look for a big diagonal with these defend. He breaks players with that. And that's where, once you've broken 2 lines, number of players flooding forward, and obviously Gakpo capitalized on that. But look to see a lot more of that in the second half as we're going forward, where the way Ecuador defends, you're going to have progressive players from the back coming out there and trying to break lines over there, because that's the only way they're going to break through this Ecuadorian team in the second half.
Thanks for that, Brad. Yep, absolutely. Can't deny that certainly put the pressure on Ecuador. But it's almost like they needed that goal to get an injection of ambition. Wayne, would you say that? Because they suddenly started playing much better. They've in fact had more goal attempts since that goal was conceded in just the 6th minute of the game.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you concede the goal, it can be a bit of a shock, especially when you concede the goal so early. And but since then, they've come out and they've tried to push Holland back. They've been aggressive. What's really interesting is Holland's 3 midfield players are man-to-man. So there's a lot of crossovers with the midfield, and that's actually leaving a little bit of space for the Ecuador players to get in behind them if they can obviously lose the man in that midfield position.
Was a great chance in amongst some of these that came to NF Valencia. Who else? Obviously got a couple of goals in the last game as well, and Noppert had to come up with a fabulous save there, Luis.
Yeah, Valencia has been the most dangerous player for Ecuador, but I think the reaction of the goalkeeper was fantastic. He's been fantastic in the 2 games. I like him a lot. I think he'll be soon in a big team.
Yeah, could be the biggest threat going into the second half as well. Obviously, injury concerns going into this game, but good to see him starting a game. But there was a moment just at the stroke of halftime, Wayne, as we were walking into studio, Estupinian had gone off celebrating, thinking he scored what could have been the equalizer, only for the referee to disallow it. What did you make of this decision?
Yeah, I'd probably say it's offside. Obviously, the goalkeeper's line of view is not completely getting blocked off, but it's enough to put him off, and it's probably the right decision in the end.
Luis, you did say it. Looks like Ecuador's interfering with the goalkeeper.
I think it's a pity for Ecuador that Caicedo is in front of the goalkeeper. If not, it was a clear goal.
Okay. What are the numbers looking like at halftime? Goal to the good are the Netherlands at the moment, but from an Ecuadorian standpoint, they'd love to do a lot more with the chances that they've started creating going into the first to the end of the first 45. More possession now, just edging the possession as well. 6 shots to Netherlands. 1, the solitary shot on target from the Dutch has been turned into goal. When you take a look at these numbers, sometimes you just feel like Ecuador obviously knocking on the door. Would you look at it similarly as well? Would you see some changes perhaps for Ecuador going into the second half?
I think the coach will ask them to continue doing what they've been doing. I think they're playing well. They're creating chances, half chances. So I think they'll continue. It'll be more the Netherlands. I think maybe we might see a slight change, because Louis van Gaal will be a little bit concerned of how the first half went after they went 1-0 up.
Does he need to bring Memphis Depay on at all with that 1-0 lead? Does he feel safe enough, you think, Louis van Gaal?
Well, I think you have to change something in case that the game continue like this, because to Ecuador is just missing the goal. I think they have to react and try to have more control of the game and create more attacks and more possibilities to score. The second one, if not, you're always in a doubt if they draw or not.
Memphis Depay is warming up, is what I'm hearing from the Khalifa Stadium. Would you bring him on if you're the coach?
It looks like possibly he might be coming on. But
coming on straight away.
But yeah, no, he's obviously a big player. He's playing at a big club, and I know the guy is a great character. He'll be desperate to go out there. So if he comes on, it'll be a good plus addition for the Dutch.
We'll find out as second half comes up next time.
Reimagineering brighter future. Plus with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures. Invest once and enjoy guaranteed maturity with life cover with LIC's Dhan Varsha, a single premium plan for your family's security and prosperity.
I love it.
जब चीज केक होगा इतना फ्रेश और क्रीमी तो हर बाइट में होगा एक नया जोन केक जोन मोर स्माइल्स पर बाइट
में रिटायर हुए थे 39 सोच रहा था काश मेरी भी रिटायर्ड लाइफ आप जैसी हो।
उसके लिए मैदान में उतरना पड़ेगा।
उतरूंगा ना सर।
अरे भाई यहाँ नहीं, म्यूचुअल फंड्स के मैदान में।
म्यूचुअल फंड्स
हर महीने इन्वेस्ट करो, फ्यूचर की तैयारी करो। करोड़ों लोग इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं और देश के साथ आगे बढ़ रहे हैं।
सही है सर,
तो आ जाओ मैदान में।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
We playing on the streets. We going for the race. We the best. Let's cut to the chase. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, we go, oh, we ride. Oh, oh, we go, oh, we ride. Oh, oh, we go, oh, we electric. Oh, oh, we go, we go.
Goal so far.
But taking the ball with me like this is always hell, no?
The Netherlands making a change at the start of the second half. The familiar figure of Memphis Depay will be replacing Steven Bergwijn. Got a wonderful goal-scoring record. Depay, 42 goals in 82 caps. He got 12 goals in 10 appearances in qualifying. He was joint top scorer in European qualifying along with England's Harry Kane. This Estupinians had 15 minutes or so to reflect on the goal he thought he had scored, almost with the last piece of action of the first half. But Estupinians' goal ruled out for an offside against that man there, Poroso, who had stepped into the eye line of the Dutch goalkeeper, Andries Norbert. Well, wherever you are watching, we're so glad that you're with us. I'm sure, like us, you're looking forward to an eventful second 45 minutes. The Netherlands, as we stand, are that far away from taking their place in the round of 16. A win will do it, and if they draw, that will put Qatar out. Either a win for the Dutch or a draw will mean that Qatar, the hosts, will be out of the World Cup before their final match, which is against the Netherlands. Bergwijn, the man to depart. No changes for Ecuador from the 11 that they began with. The Netherlands record scoring first in the World Cup. Before tonight, 12 times. They won 11 and lost none. Ecuador are winless in their last 4 World Cup games against European opposition. There were certainly elements in that first half where there was enough to encourage both coaches.
More than enough. Gustavo Alfaro, I don't think he'll be overly disappointed with this night's performance in the opening 45 plus minutes. More shots, more attempts on goal, just the one on target.
Referee in close quarters. He's given a free kick here. In fact, it's going to be, it was the referee couldn't get out of the way of that, so he's given possession back here to Ecuador. And they can't outskill the Netherlands, but they can certainly outwork them.
And there is that tire the opponents out in the middle of the park. It's the obvious place to start. You get control of that battleground, and it makes for a nervy remainder of the match for Van Dijk and company.
The Netherlands didn't, incidentally, have an attempt on the Ecuador goal after Gakpo put them in front in the 6th minute. From then on, Ecuador had 5 attempts and 1 on target from Ener Valencia. Now waiting for some good delivery here from Estupiñán. It's almost like a clearing header from Estrada.
Yeah, that says that the Dutch are happy to maintain the status quo, and that should be catching practice, and is.
Needs to be in with more pace from Plata. It's a long time in the air there for Noppert to deal with.
And the angle was too steep. Got to be a really world-class ball. But the Depay's introduction certainly gives the Dutch more of a natural striker. Certainly not his, or wasn't his favourite role early on in his career. And that spell at Lyon, I think, turned him. I think he's certainly matured as a person, and since football certainly improved. Didn't always play the central role there with the French side, but Armstrong's goal scoring skills, I mean, his record at international level is fantastic, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Extra headache to contend with for Ecuador at the back.
Bergwijn likes to play more advanced from a deeper position. Wants to run onto things, but Depay has learned to use his body well. Not afraid to back into defenders and give the Dutch a focal point in which Klaassen and Gakpo can play off.
Just a slightly heavy touch there from Noppert.
Should have come towards the ball. Fighted that pressure.
Here's Plata, Estupiñán gets it on his favoured left side. It's a goal for Ecuador. No trouble at all for Ener Valencia. And the Ecuador captain has now scored each of the last 6 goals for his nation in the World Cup.
The only question is, did he stay onside? Did Valencia hold his nerve? Was the minute's hot, and a super hit from Estupiñán.
He's got a real cannon of a left foot. And the goalkeeper wasn't able to hold it, which I wouldn't expect to do, pushing wide of the post. And this is where the trouble all started. As I said, the goalkeeper, Noppert, has got to come towards that ball. And it's a casual play from Frankie de Jong. They're out hustled in the middle of the park. And there's no right back. Van Dijk has got his onside, clearly onside. Being played on by Nathan Ake. Van Dijk has got to get to the ball quickly. I mean, that's casual defending. Got to throw yourself in a challenge. The Dutch captain, I think he's almost as culpable as Frankie de Jong, who has played a casual pass to a teammate. Enner Valencia, only the fourth player in World Cup history to score 6 successive goals for a nation, after Eusebio 66, Paolo Rossi 82 and Oleg Selenko for Russia in 1994. Well, what you can do in the early stages of the first half, we can reply in the second, say Ecuador. Ake. Green. Preston to de Jong. Depay. Played by Torres. Well, he is Ecuador's all-time record goal scorer. And that is very healthy at the very highest level, isn't it? Oh, what a record. So that was the only question as to whether he held himself offside. Ake really can't step up in that situation. He's got to be pessimistic as a defender and expect his goalkeeper to spill it in a way. It was a tough one to deal with. I'm not going to blame the goalkeeper at all. Noppert absolutely did his best. He was really hit with venom. And once again, I go back to the Dutch captain not throwing himself at that football. If that deflects off him and over the goalkeeper, fair enough. But the Ecuadorians finally, their fans have come to the party. Netherlands corner. Okay, the climb to meet that. Level back heel from Mendes. This is Stupinian.
Tempo, that's the way to beat the Dutch. Hustle them out of their stride. So they won the ball back. I thought they could rough them. I said it won't be skill that gets them back on level terms. It could be, of course, but in terms of consistent penetration, you have to do it through force, and they managed to do it.
Well, we mentioned the pace that Ecuador have got, a young team. They've got the tools to hustle Van Gaal's side. Cook Miners. The Dutch were expecting a corner there, but the assistant pointed his flag to signal a goal kick.
Lovely strike, wasn't it?
Ball was stolen by Castledo. And there was a quick play and Dutch were caught out on that right side. really not much that Noppert could do there because it was really well struck from Estupiñán.
He's a superb technician. He gets that dip on the ball as well. It's rare to see Estupiñán actually hit the ball, with great height. And low and hard into the ground. The goalkeeper would find that difficult to push that one to the side of your goal.
Three teams in this Group A currently on 3 points after Senegal's opening win. The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022, 3-1 against the hosts earlier today. One of these two will be going to the top of the section.
No doubt the Dutch will be happy with a draw tonight.
The reason for that, of course, is that they, without being disrespectful to Qatar, it's a huge leap in quality of opposition that the hosts are meeting at this World Cup, but they are lying in wait for the Netherlands next, which means Alfaro's Ecuador will be playing Senegal.
Yes, with all that stake place in the last 16.
For all the quality that they've got in that lineup, just over an hour now since the Netherlands' last attempt on target.
Well, scoring first and as early as they did can sometimes be detrimental to actually your game plan because players' mentality changes from hunters to hunted. And what we're witnessing now is that fascinating change in psychology of players and teams. When you score a goal, as Ecuador have now, they're somewhat satisfied with things. They'll probably take the foot off the accelerator. The Dutch now will feel as if they have to go back in control of the game, but with the knowledge that a draw is a good result for them, allow them to sort of press forward at the cost of being exposed on the counter-attack.
We've got a yellow card for Jackson Mendes, the first booking of the game. Challenge on Memphis Depay. And it's a costly one for Mendes because he's out of the game against Senegal. So the industrious Mendes will not be a part of that Ecuador midfield in that final group match. There'll be plenty on the line against the CAF qualifiers.
It's a careless one, isn't it? The Depay so far, they're pretty much on the halfway line. So the Barcelona man is adept at protecting the football, putting his backside into opposing players. Just accept that he's not going to do anything special and let him play the ball.
Very well respected Alfaro, spent a lot of his coaching career with clubs in Argentina. The Ecuador fans have really liked his stewardship since he took over just over a couple of years ago. They've looked to Brazil and Argentina and Colombia and Uruguay in the face and been far from overawed. Cristiano. The team's blinked into a challenge, not a bad ball in. And it drops to Plata. Oh, he's so unlucky. So close to a second goal for Ecuador. Gonzalo Plata. And he rendered Noppert, the goalkeeper, a mere spectator.
The dancing free from Preciado on his near side. That's what you call a thunderbolt. Crossbar was shaking for a few moments. And that goalkeeper realised there's no point in me even fully committed to that. That one is once again travelling with real speed.
Daley Blind. Depay. This is Cope Miners. How brave do Ecuador want to be? Give anybody sense blood. They feel as if the Dutch are there for the taking, and they go for it. Another win will put them in a super strong position going into the last game. Here's Klassen. See what's wrong with that tackle, that's a foul. Supinian took ball and Gakpo. Just trying to use his body to shield it away from Ecuadorian wing back. Well, this man, when he took over, discarded older players such as Antonio Valencia, Felipe Caicedo, Christian Noboa for younger blood. He's getting the balance right. With captain Enner Valencia and some other experienced players, but it's working. Stupinian, what an athlete he is. Constant menace when he makes those runs down the left flank. And once again, a pretty good delivery. On the volley, I mean, this guy, the appreciation of what's required for a teammate, even on a run like that, was impressive. Nobody could keep up with him. Preciado. Challenge from Oroso, sticking tight to Depay. Cope Miners. He and De Jong just trying to get control of that midfield area now. A little bit second best in the second half. Tassin trying to poke it forward for the onrushing Depay. Van Dijk moving that well up against the thrust of Estrada. Here's Valencia. He's going to have to go it alone here. Tries to cut back, finds Estrada. Just couldn't get any purchase in the shot. Under pressure from Ake. And that was a telling factor. Missed kick in the end, wasn't it, from Mikel Estrada? I guess Supinian was taken out in the play. He wanted a free kick. Free play advantage, even if he thought it was a foul. This tempo certainly suits Ecuador right now. It's not all that attack. They've also been very clever and they've not been, bringing up that defensive line too high and allowing the Dutch to play, but seizing those opportunities. There we go, and it's not a perfect pass to steal the ball. Well, since the Netherlands took the lead in the 6th minute, Ecuador have had the next 11 attempts of either team in the match, 3 of them on target. Teams, certainly since Van Gaal came back for a third spell, have done that to his team. Not flattered by that Valencia equaliser. No shape or form.
It's as if the Dutch are looking to establish a different tempo to the match here now. Just finding some time on the ball, settling themselves mentally.
The preferred one, isn't it? Patience. Slow, medium, but they do need a little bit of quick in their game. And whilst he's been denied that opportunity to get beyond the back line because there's been a big gap between the.
A good ball from Klassen.
Tough, a little bit close. Just wasn't able to adjust his feet to improve minors. Yeah, they've allowed the gap between the middle of the park and the defensive line and said, well, if you're going to make that run, anybody from the Dutch midfield, it's going to be a long one, and we can see it coming a long way. A more condensed midfield and defensive line for Ecuador. So that gives a little bit more chance for the Dutch to get through. Looking a little bit glum, aren't they, right now, the supporters of the Netherlands?
Yeah, there was a look of concern amongst the Dutch fans. They're not used to seeing their side not create the usual glut of chances. Drums are still beating, but not quite as loud and as rhythmically as earlier.
Almost under duress, it seems.
There was a considerable body of opinion when people were assessing Ecuador going into this World Cup. It kept coming up time and time again. It's a young squad. Is it going to be 2026 before they fully mature? But you almost get the feeling that we're here now, we're going to be competitive. Put anybody up against us, nobody's going to roll us over. Yes, okay. And again, wanted to be due respect to Qatar. You know, it was a pretty comfortable opening group stage win. It's just their first major challenge. And they're rising to it.
Win, lose or draw, they'll get a good idea of where they are as a nation, as a collective unit.
Still the control of possession for both teams.
Will Louis van Gaal need to change things up? Talks about how Ecuador at the start, whether it's a stick or twist, and try and win this game. Take the pressure slightly off their last game against Senegal. Likewise for the Dutch, wouldn't leave things to chance.
Strada looking for Plata.
The danger about thinking you've got the weakest in the group, the last of the group stage, that you take your eye off the ball for the remaining 20 or so minutes in this match, and it's substitutions that can sometimes be attacking ones, but if the mindset is not quite there from the players on the field and the message doesn't come across from the coaching staff, you will not get the right results. At this stage, it's more to do with what's in the mind as opposed to the legs. There's no extra time today.
Steven Berghuis is coming on for the Netherlands to replace Davy Klassen. Straight swap in midfield. It was Klassen who took Berghuis's starting place from the opening group match after scoring the man going off against Senegal. Berghuis, a favourite of Van Gaal's, with his good left foot, plays for Ajax, a controlling presence, generally speaking, when he's out there. Those midfield areas, inventive.
Yeah, different type of play. David Klassen said more control on the football, and that's an area that they've been outworked in. He's not a worker in that regard, like Moses Caicedo or Edson Mendes. Another one who specialises in ball control and manipulation. So Van Gaal sticking to principles and looking to completely wrest control and perhaps tire Ecuador out in the middle of the park just by starting in the middle of the football.
50th minute in Doha, Group A of the FIFA World Cup, Qatar 2022. Cody Gakpo scoring for the Dutch in Valencia for Ecuador. Both goals coming in the early minutes of each half. Sometimes it's the only way of stopping Pervis Estupiñán. Van Dijk. Berghuis. Ball out. Billy Ben's first attempts, but was driven quickly at him by Berghuis. Ecuador going to turn to their bench for the first time in the game. That's Jeremy Sarmiento, one of three players from English Premier League club Brighton and Hove Albion in the Ecuador squad at this World Cup. Came off the bench in the opening group stage win against Qatar. Let's look again at the equaliser for Ecuador, set up by Estupiñán.